1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey everybody, Gary here with Pow Music, and I hope you enjoyed that sing and strum play along of Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd. So I know it's not easy. You know, you've got that 16th note strum pattern. We start off the bat with a B minor, so if there's a bar chord there. There's a lot of different things going on rhythmically, so in this portion of the video, I want to guide you through it section by section, give you some tips on how to play the chords, how to do those strum patterns, and how to try to sing and play at the same time. As far as the solos go, I'm going to be doing a separate video where you won't just see the tab, you'll see the fretLIVE animations so that you understand what you're playing and not just where to put your fingers. That's coming as the next video on the channel, but during this lesson, we're just going to focus on the chords, the strumming, and the rhythm guitar. So whenever I learn a new song, the first thing I do is just learn the chords without doing anything fancy. I want to understand and memorize the full structure of the chord progression, all the different sections, and just be able to change the chords in time. From there, I start adding the cool rhythms, the embellishments, and all that stuff. So before we try to master each section individually and nail those strum patterns, let's first see if we could try to play through the 4 unique sections of the song, which is the intro, verse, pre-chorus, and chorus, and then all that stuff just repeats using just down strums. So we can just focus on playing those chords in the order that they arrive for the amount of time that they should be played with just down strums, not worrying about strumming, because if we try to focus on all those things at once, we just dilute our attention. So I'm just going to strum on every beat. Let's do that. Now, those little passing chords, they sound great. They retain the spirit of the recording, but they're also unnecessary. So if those little passing chords make the song go from I can play it to I can't, drop them, and in the future, you could add them. Don't worry about them. So for instance, when I go from G to G6 over B to C, you can just go G, C. You don't have to play those. Or during the verse, when I go G, D over F sharp, E minor, you can just go G, E minor. You can eliminate those completely. So I am going to play those, but I'm just going to do down strums and just focus on the chord changes without worrying about any fancy strum pattern or anything. Let's try that.
1, 2, 3, 4. Information first, just the basic facts. Can you show me where it hurts? There is no pain, you are receding. A distant ship, smoke on the horizon. You're only coming through.
Right, and so on and so forth. And then we just want to take one section at a time. So, you know, loop the verse over and over, loop the pre-chorus over and over, loop the chorus over and over. So you're zooming in, you're zooming out, zooming in, zooming out. A lot of times when people practice, the way that they sort of waste time is they skate over their mistakes and just keep playing the whole thing, or they make a mistake, go all the way back to the beginning, and then the beginning becomes really strong, but it takes forever to get back to that problem section. So zoom in on the problem sections, nail that, and then zoom back out. So we're going to take it section by section. Let's start with the intro. So the song is in the key of B minor and D. It goes between those two, and those are relative major and minor. So in other words, the chords in the key of B minor, the notes in the key of B minor are the same notes in the key of D major. So, you know, the chorus is D major and the pre-chorus, and the verses are B minor as far as the key goes. So we start on the B minor chord. But what I tried to do here is really get the essence of the full band. And the full band, they're playing this note C sharp during that B minor chord. So we could either play a B minor add 9 or a B sus2. I'm going with a B sus2 because it's much easier. And to go from that chord to the B minor just requires lifting your middle finger, right? So B minor, we've got that middle finger down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, counting toes to nose, right? But for the B sus2, we just let go of that middle finger. And so we're toggling between this note and this note. So let's just practice toggling between the two. So we'll do 2 of the B minor and then 2 of the B sus2. 1, 2, here we go. B minor, B sus2. B minor, B sus2. Great. Okay. Now, the way that we're going to start it, it's actually in the opposite order. We're going to go like this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And before we get into that strum pattern, let's just go over the best way to play a B minor or a B sus2 bar chord. What I recommend you do is make sure that your index finger is on a slight angle this way, as if you were going to twist your hand this way, if you were going to try to, you know, do that with the guitar neck. And what happens is then you leverage your forearm muscle when you do this twisting motion. It makes you require less muscles from your fingers and your wrist and more from your forearm, which is a bigger muscle, more capable muscle, right? So my thumb on the back of the neck is, you know, to the right of my index finger, and I'm just sort of doing this twisting motion like this, right? Now I'm dropping my wrist a little bit, and I'm pulling my elbow into my body so that I can get the finger to go that way. If I'm out here, I can't do that. And if I'm like this, I can't do that. So drop the wrist, elbow into the body. First, make sure that you can just play the 2nd fret as a bar, starting on the A string, all the way to the high E string. Then these fingers should be able to point straight into the notes, straight in, like little chairs, right? Meaning you're trying to have a right angle between the tip of your finger and the fretboard. So once you get this, now can you take these fingers and do that? And then audit your chord. Make sure each note rings out. Now if you're starting to feel pain, put more effort in the forearm by twisting more and not squeezing in the fingers. The fatigue usually comes in here. And that means you're using too much squeezing and you're not leveraging your forearm. Once you leverage that forearm, these just press right down. And then just let go of that middle finger for the sus2. So now let's tackle the strum pattern. Let's check it out first.
2, 3, 4.
So now, in order to play this strum pattern effectively, we've got to keep this constant down-up motion of the wrist. Now, if strumming mechanics are still foreign to you, I highly recommend my course, Super Strummer, 7 Levels to Strumming Freedom. I have 2 intro videos to this course that are free on YouTube. I think one of them's up to 1 million views. People are finding the method really, really helpful. So if you want to watch the intro video, which is free, it's called 5-Minute Beginner Strumming Workout Level 1, and then there's a follow-up Level 2. The course is 7 levels. Those first 2 levels are basically free here on YouTube. So the link to that is in the description. If you want all 7 levels, they're guided workouts with a lesson before each workout, starting with very simple strumming patterns, going all the way to funky 16th note strum patterns. Not that different than what you see here. This strum pattern is more toward level 6 and 7. But in 7, we start doing fast tempos, and it's a little more funky. But anyway, if you want to go to the beginning and really work on your strumming mechanics, all of that is linked in the description. But the main thing we want here is a loose wrist that just keeps a constant up-down motion. Like when you're watching me strum, if you muted the video, you would think I was just going, right? Because my hand it's not doing the robot. It's keeping the pulse of the 16th notes, and that's the key to really smooth strumming. So that said, we go 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. Now I'm going to do that slow, and let's just stay on the B sus2 and not play the B minor, so we don't have to worry about a chord change. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. Right? We're splitting each beat into 4 sections. So that's 1E and a is the 4 sections of the first beat, 2E and the 4 sections of the second beat, 3E and the 4 sections of the fourth beat, and 4E and the 4 sections of the fourth beat. Now, if you keep that constant 16th note down-up motion on the beats themselves, 1, 2, 3, and 4, you're always going down. And then on the ands, the plus signs, you're always going down. And the E's and the U's, you're always going up. As long as you're keeping that down-up motion, you really don't have to think about this at all. I don't think about it until I go to teach it, because I know if I'm keeping that down-up motion, I just choose a rhythm, and the ups and downs take care of themselves. I hit the strings when I want to hear them, and I ghost them or skip the strings when I don't, but my hand keeps moving. You could even go. This way you could focus just on the rhythm, nothing on the left hand. It's great to just focus on one thing at a time, right? So what I'm doing is I'm doing the B sus2 on beats 1 and 2, 1E and a 2E and a 3. Now when we get to the of the second beat, that up strum, I grab that note to make it a B minor like this. Right? So that's down, down, up, down. Okay, now when we put the whole measure together, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1, 2, a 3 and 4 and a down, down, up, down, 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 up. Let's try that at 65% speed. Here we go. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1, 2, a 3 and 4 and a down, down, up, down, 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 up. Now I'm also letting go, being that we repeat this chord a few times, I'm letting go of the B minor to get the sus2 at the very end of the measure, leading back into the start of the next measure. So down, down, up, down, 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 up, right? So on that last up, I play that sus2 going back to the start of the next measure. Feel free to slow this video down. That's the best thing about YouTube. That's what we're missing on Instagram and TikTok. we can slow things down here, which is amazing, right? So we do that for 2 measures as the intro, and then we get into the vocals. We start the same way. Hey everybody, just popping in to say that if you want to see the rest of this lesson, head over to the Patreon. There's another 25 minutes of detailed instruction where we go over how to play all the sections of the song, the 4 different strum patterns, and also a step-by-step process for singing and playing at the same time. So for my PAL Music patrons, we've got lots of bonus materials to go along with this lesson. We've got the song sheet where you have the entire song in this format with the chord diagrams and the lyrics. There's also the tab to go along with the guitar solo and the guitar profiles that have the audio with the tab. You could change the tempo, you could edit it, you could print it out, but you also have it as a PDF file. Also for PAL Music patrons, twice a week we get together for 90 minutes. We have these guitar hangouts. Lots of the stuff you saw in this video, the patrons saw it weeks ago because they always help me create my videos. I'm so thankful for my patrons for giving me feedback, catching mistakes. Patron Dean noticed that on the B minor, I didn't show what fret the chord starts on. So I value my time twice a week with patrons so much because that's where I understand what everyone's working on, what everybody needs, and we get to interact guitars in hand, learn different songs, go deeper into all these lessons. So the link to the material is on Patreon, and depending on what tier you're on, you'll be able to either just download all the resources or attend the live Zoom sessions, but all paid members get access to live replays of our Zoom sessions. So link is in the description. By becoming a member, you'll get instant access to everything I've ever posted over the last 7 years, hundreds and hundreds of posts, hundreds of replays of live Zooms, guitar tab, extended lessons, and so much more. So head over to see the rest of the lesson, and I'll see you there. All right, everybody, I hope you learned a lot during this lesson. I hope you had fun. Take your time with this stuff, work on it slowly. Music is all about the practice, the process, just each day, learning something new, losing ourselves in the music. And it's not about, some destination, because I'll tell you, we never get there. It's all just about the journey. So enjoy it, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Oh, before I go, I just want to give a huge shout out to all of the PAL Music patrons that support this channel, and an extra special thanks to the following upper level PAL Music patrons: Andre, Mark Chambers, Daniel Bogdan, Bob, Owen Arbuthnot, C. Eduardo Guse, Zachary Chittenden, Will, Noah Martinez, Daniel Carr, Alexis Diaz, Andrew Wilson, Marnix Delbecque, Kyle Schindedecker, Kurt, David E., PSJ, Joe Taylor, Naz Sleep, Ryan Toole, Stephen Hudak, Christian, Jeffrey R. Davis, Michael DeToma, Ciaran Caruthers, Edmund Trusty, Greg Payne, Michael Berman, Carlton Hicks, Sean Westfall, Hal Jones, Greg, Jeff, Wayne Evans, LW, Dave Hubner, Jim McGinnis, Kay Carter, Jens Fisher, Jesse Jacobs, David Bowersock, Steve Pisano, John Cushman, and Sean Ellis. And thank you to all past, present, and future patrons for supporting the free content on this PAL Music YouTube channel.